Okay, here we go. I'm going to beat Kingdom Hearts 2 with only Sora's keyblade. Kingdom Hearts has been my favorite game series for quite some time now. With Kingdom Hearts 2 being my favorite game in this series, I've played through it countless times. So I decided to play through it again, but this time with a twist. So what exactly does this mean? I won't be using Sora's mana bar. What this means is I'm locked out from using both magic and limits, which are used to cheese a lot of the bosses in this game. I also won't be using his drive gauge, which gives Sora access to powerful transformations. It also allows him to summon his friends he's met along his journey to help him. Last but not least, I'll be playing the game on critical difficulty. This is the hardest difficulty and you only have access to it on Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. On this difficulty, most enemies kill you in just a few hits and some even one. I'm going to have to be very cautious to make sure I don't take too much damage. I did a similar run in Kingdom Hearts 1 where I tried to beat the game without using any magic. If you haven't seen them, I have 2 videos about that run. Go check them out. They're some of my favorite videos I've ever made. With more restrictions on me than my last challenge, I knew this was going to take me a very long time. For those of you who aren't very knowledgeable about Kingdom Hearts 2, I'm going to real quickly go over all the major and minor abilities we'll be missing in this run. If you're already aware of these things, skip to this part in the video and we'll get right into it.
These are all of the abilities we will be missing in this run.
Quick disclaimer, I don't know how to use all of Sora's abilities to their fullest, so if you see something here that you think is really good that I say isn't, sorry. Sora's minor abilities. Fire is an attack that does damage to everything around you. Blizzard is a bullet-like long-range damage ability. Thunder is an AoE long-range damage ability. Chicken Little is a first-person shooter ability? Genie is an ability that copies your drive forms. I don't know how to use him, but I know he can be used to beat a lot of bosses. I have no clue what Peter Pan does. Valor form absorbs Goofy to make your combos more powerful. Wisdom form absorbs Donald to give you a gun-like attack and make your magic more potent. Anti-form can randomly be triggered, which is like a super high combo attack, but you can't cancel your combos, so it's actually more dangerous than helpful. Let's move on to Sora's major abilities. Here's a spell that takes all your current mana to heal you and your friends. Magnet is a crowd control spell that pulls all the enemies together, allowing them to be hit. Reflect is a spell that puts a shield around your entire body, preventing most attacks in the game from hitting you. Stitch is a summon that gradually restores your MP bar and also does damage. Master form is a combination of both Valor form and Wisdom form. It absorbs both Goofy and Donald to give you both powers. Final form absorbs both Goofy and Donald to be really good, just trust me. Limit form is the only drive form that Sora can use on his own. It gives him access to his Kingdom Hearts 1 abilities. When he hits enemies with these abilities, it heals him. Sora has access to the Limit attack, which uses one or more of his allies to unleash a powerful attack after consuming his entire mana bar. These can be used to skip entire phases of bosses. The most commonly used ones are Donald's Duck Flare and Sora's Trinity. Upon leveling up your drive forms, you gain access to new movement abilities as normal Sora. These include a high jump, a double jump, a glide, a long range dash, and a roll. Just a quick reminder that I can't use any of those abilities. And with that, let's get started. This is Kingdom Hearts 2, Keyblade only.
Don't. What the f? Just the guys and what? Seems like, and they just oh, this move. No.
I really can't stress enough how hard this was. If we were to count how many times I died, it would easily be in the hundreds, maybe even thousands, hell who knows, maybe even the millions. Every single night I would cry myself to sleep. I call my mom asking for advice. I even broke my new PS5 controller. But at the end of the day, we were able to finish the challenge, so let's start talking about that. The game opens up and we're immediately playing as a new boy, Roxas. We're met with a choice of 3 weapons, an offensive one, a magic one, and a defensive one. Based on which weapon we pick, that stat will increase by 1. Obviously magic is useless, and I feel like I already die so fast, defense won't help, so we choose offense.
You know me, I want that attack, baby. We're going all out attack.
Looking back on it, I should have picked the defense one, but I digress. We beat Cypher and move on. During the intro of this game, you can really only use the attack command, so this is the least important part of the game. We're gonna go through it real quick. We discover nobodies, get our keyblade, do some skating, and then we're met with our next choice of the game. In Kingdom Hearts 2, when you level up, you're assigned either a stat or an ability based on which weapon you pick right now. If you make it to level 99, it's the same either way, but we don't plan on grinding that long. We're actually going to take the rod because it allows us to get experience boost and once more at good times in our run. Experience boost just gives you more experience, while once more stops you from dying during our combo.
So now we choose rod. Now we're choosing rod.
After fighting some nobodies, we encounter our first boss, Twilight Thorn. We don't even have any magic yet, so we just beat him like normal.
There we go. Thank fucking God.
We go back to Twilight Town, win our local tournament, discover the 7 mysteries of this place over here, and then we find Axel and we beat him real quick.
No, okay. I was gonna say, if I die here, I'm gonna be pissed because that was totally my fault.
Roxas then finds Sora, and now the real challenge can begin.
You're lucky. Looks like my summer vacation is over.
Yeah, real sad, Roxas, whatever. We wake up as Sora and immediately head to Yensid's castle. Yensid explains the nobodies to us and tells us what we have to do to stop them. We also get new clothes that unlock us drive forms.
They said Sora could not be dripping.
Could have just kept us in our Kingdom Hearts 1 clothes, I guess. We unlock the useless Valor form and fly over to Hollow Bastion, where we meet the wizard Merlin.
There's Aerith. You guys know Aerith, right? From that one thing in Final Fantasy VII?
He gives us the useless Blizzard spell and we head over to the gate to help Leon clear out the nobodies, where we actually experience our first death of the game.
So basically, if you click the end fast enough, you just automatically kill him, but if you don't, you just automatically die. It's really cool. And I just automatically died.
I just want to remind everyone real quick that critical mode is no pushover. Most enemies kill you in literally just a few hits, so it's really difficult once I've put these restrictions onto myself. After successfully defending the gate with Leon, we're given fire and we leave. We're going to revisit Hollow Bastion later, but for now, we fly over and head to the Land of Dragons. In the Land of Dragons, you go through a few trials to prove that you're ready to join the army. Overall, this world isn't much of a roadblock to us, except for the fact that a lot of these enemies kill us in just 1 to 2 hits.
For it to be in the... That, like, one-shot me! What the fuck?
Blizzard is really nice for dealing with these Minotaur guys, but since we don't have it, I adapted, overcame, died a few times.
What the fuck? What do I do?
And then we moved on.
Boom! Let's go. Defense up. Item boost is good.
We walk into this cave with Ping, where just me and Ping have to defeat all of these Heartless. The usual strategy for this fight goes like this.
This is a lot. Wait. I'm doing very well. I love you too.
You guys get the point. Anyways, without fire, we have to destroy all of these Heartless one by one, and it takes a lot longer, but we do it with ease.
Oh! See, doing these challenges has made me a better Kingdom Hearts player, because now I know to guard. I know how to guard.
I sound like such an idiot. I actually did this challenge a little over a year ago, around March 2021, so excuse me for the lower quality on the streams. We then move up the mountain where we have to fight all these little flying guys in the sky. There are a few fights like this where you either have to kill all the Heartless or survive the entire minute. You can just swing your keyblade and use reaction commands and you'll probably be good. Ping transitions back into Milan, where we then move to fight Shan Yu. If you literally just guard one of Shan Yu's attacks, then it sends you into this little quick time event where you mash triangle and then dish out a bunch of damage. Let's talk about something we haven't yet, finishers. In Kingdom Hearts 1 to kill a boss, you just had to reduce their health to 0. Makes sense. However, in Kingdom Hearts 2, a boss will stay at 1 health until you use a specific attack on them. You either need to use a combo finisher on them, a reaction command, a square attack, or magic, which is the easiest and safest way to dispose of a boss. For Shan Yu, we go with the reaction command option because his is very easy to activate.
I could be wrong about that, so let's find out. No, you can use reaction commands too. Sweet.
After finishing off Shan Yu, we are officially done with our first visit to the Land of Dragons, and our first world of the run. It is now time to head over to the Beast's castle. We defeat some Heartless and go find Belle, who tells us that Beast has gone absolutely mad and locked everyone in the dungeon. So we head over there to free them. After pushing Mrs. Cupboard? After pushing her out of the way, we go and fight our first major boss of the game, Thresholder. For how early on in the game you fight this boss, he is unreasonably hard. Not only can he kill you in just like 2 hits, but he's also constantly spawning Heartless, which are just a nuisance to deal with. One of these 2 gargoyles has a spin attack that will kill you if you get clipped by it. Although it's an incredibly simple boss fight, because of the damage output and just how underleveled you are at this point, it's honestly one of the harder fights in the game. Unfortunately, it gets the best of me, but let's talk about a mechanic we haven't yet. Mickey Mouse. Yeah, Mickey Mouse, like the guy from Disney. In a select amount of boss fights, there's a chance that when you die, Mickey Mouse will come and help you out. The first time you experience a death in one of these boss fights, you have a guaranteed chance for him to spawn. We dish out some damage and revive Sora and continue the fight. After lowering the door's health to 0, you use the release reaction command on him to reveal the true Heartless. Knock half of his health out, and then we just repeat this once and we die again.
Come on, Mickey. Come on. Get in this bitch. Woo!
We actually get a second Mickey Mouse spawn, which is incredibly lucky. Honestly, I probably shouldn't have used Mickey Mouse in this run, but it was over a year ago. What are you going to do about it? I actually decided to not use Mickey Mouse in a second run we had to do, but we will talk about that much later. We revive Sora and finish off the boss. Do this stupid fucking minigame. I fucking hate this shit. And then we free the beast from Zaldin's control. It looks like a hard fight, but you just spam Cogsworth reaction command and you just beat him really easily. The beast joins our party and then we go to fight the final boss of the area, Darkthorn and Shadowstalker. This is a two-part boss fight that starts with you killing Darkthorn. He possesses random objects in the ballroom and you have to knock him out of them and then kill him. After defeating him, he becomes Shadowstalker, an invisible Heartless who has a lot of dashing attacks. After hitting him enough times or using one of the reaction commands on him, you'll make him visible again, which makes him much easier to fight. After a few tries and the help of Mickey, we get this fight done.
Woo! Yeah, I worked really hard for that fight, you know.
We hop on our gummy ship and we fly to the next world, the Olympus Coliseum. After arriving in the Olympus Coliseum, we're actually in hell. After talking to Meg, we head over to Hades to try and help save Herc, but instead we end up getting Auron from Final Fantasy X. This is honestly such a weird cameo, but Final Fantasy X is one of my other favorite games, so I'll take it. Hades gets mad and tries to attack us, but after realizing we can't damage him, we do the only thing we can. Run. This next chase section is honestly one of the hardest parts of an entire critical run, and I'm not over-exaggerating. All of the Heartless kill you in 2 hits. Hades is teleporting around and shooting fireballs at you. Hades can't be damaged, but since he's there, your party members try to attack Hades instead of the Heartless. There's just so many of them, and they come Heartless after Heartless after Heartless, and on top of that, I can't use Cure to heal myself. You know what? You know what the worst part is? You know what the worst part of this entire thing is here? Let me show you what the worst part is.
I want to get that game at some point. That was cool.
Because this sucks, and I gotta get edited on my YouTube video also. You know, I just have stuff to do. I've already been live for almost 3 hours. It would be rad to not have work.
Every time you die, you have to make the 30-second run back to the boss fight. Yeah, that long section I just showed you, yeah, that was in double speed. Yeah, and not only that, Heartless are spawning and coming after you while you're running up. I died multiple times trying to get back in the first place. But this isn't going to be where I run in, so I keep trying. I go over and over and over and over, and eventually we finally beat it.
Get me out of here! Get me out of here! Oh god. Okay, we're out. We're out.
We get it done, and next we have to fight Cerberus. 3-headed dog, guardian of hell, demon of the underworld. Honestly, a pushover. I remember this fight being a lot harder, but we didn't even have to use Mickey Mouse. Took him out second try, easy peasy, let's move on. We finally go back up to the Coliseum where we see Phil, and he wants us to break his little pots in his little pot challenge. If you know me, you know I love pot challenges, so we beat it real quick and then we move on.
So I guess some of them despawn, so let's break a new one. We got aerial dive? I don't even know what that is. Let's go.
We find out Meg has been captured now, so we head back into the underworld and we have to fight Water Guy and destroy all his little water clones. There are so many fucking boss fights in this world. If you count the pot challenges, it's literally 7. This version of the fight is really easy. Just hit one of the water things, use the reaction command on it, repeat, and they'll all die eventually, and that's the whole fight. You're done. After beating Demix, we head into this room where we free Meg, and then we're literally sent immediately into another boss fight versus Pete. This is a 2-part boss fight. The first part sees you protecting Meg and defeating these Heartless. It's a little bit difficult because if you get clipped by one of Pete's slam attacks, then it does a lot of damage to you. You can die pretty easy.
You have to feed all the heart. What? Am I crazy? Stupid? One of the two.
but overall it's not too hard. I think it took us around 3 tries to get to the second phase. After dropping Pete low enough, you enter his second phase where Hurt comes to help you. This one should be easier, but what makes it harder is if you die, you have to redo both the first and second phase. I'm not a very patient guy. I definitely overstepped 1 or 2 more times and died way more than I should. Hercules gives us access to this shield command that blocks pretty much everything Pete throws at us, and he also gives us access to a command that breaks Pete's shield, so it allows us to get through this fight a lot faster, which also leads to my impatience. I mean, the timer ticking down on the top left doesn't help either. After about 5 to 10 tries, we defeat Pete and move on. I say and move on a lot. What else should I say?
No! Okay. Whoo, that was close.
We head to the last boss fight of this godforsaken fucking... I can't talk. We're fighting the Hydra. You know the Hydra, the guy who you cut off his head and then he grows more heads and then you cut off his head. Yeah, we do that. We do that. And then we get on his back. The Hydra is a pretty simple boss fight. Be patient, wait for his head to come down, swing at him, cut off his head, he spawns 3 more heads. Pete yells at you to get up on the Hydra's back where he throws you one of his pots from his signature pot challenge, and then it stuns all the heads and allows you to do a lot of damage where you then cut off his 3 new heads. Do you think Sora ever learns his lesson? Like the first time he cut off the head, then 3 more spawned. Then he cuts off the 3 heads and like 20 more spawn. You think he would learn? I'm sorry, I know we already moved on from the topic, but can we talk about how Phil's reaction command is called Phil12 into the Earninator? That shit's badass. Sora hops on Pegasus' back where he does the only intelligent thing and cuts off all 20 of the Hydra's heads, which actually works this time, so I guess I should stop giving him shit.
Bah, we cut off all of his heads at once and we win.
We're finally done with this terrible world and we can move on to Mickey Mouse's Clubhouse? Disney Castle is starting to be taken over by Heartless, so we have to do a few quick mini games in order to get Minnie back to her throne.
So you have to protect Minnie while moving forward. Gotta kill the Heartless.
One of these is really annoying. Honestly, any Heartless Swarm fight is pretty annoying because the only AoE attacks we have are combo finishers and reaction commands. But after a few tries, we get it done. We get her back to her throne.
There we go. I don't know how that, fixes anything, but it supposedly does. What? I killed all of them. How'd they get back?
This next part makes no sense, so hear me out. The cornerstone has thorns near it, so that's why the Heartless can come in, so we need to go through this door to Steamboat Willie Land in order to stop it.
It's Steamboat Willie! Steamboat Willie's world. Look at me. Look at Goofy. Look at the chicken.
We enter the Timeless River where we find Pete, but it's not our Pete, it's their Pete. But their Pete's not bad, but he actually is in the show, but in the game he's not, but our Pete is bad, and our Pete's also here, but this isn't him. We beat this Pete and realize it's not him, where we then have to go through these 4 different areas and defeat the Heartless, some of them being harder than others, but overall they're not too bad, we get them done. Except this car one, I fucking hate this car one.
Come on, baby. Ah!
When these cars get low, about a quarter of their health, they start using this charge attack that they're, I think, completely invincible while they use. You definitely can't attack them.
There's no way they're driving at legal speeds right now.
You have to guard it, wait for them to be vulnerable, and then attack them and finish them off. Sometimes you can't even finish them off in one combo, and it takes 2. And there's not only 1 car charging at you. Usually there's 3, so that's why this is so difficult. They're actually weak to thunder, but, yeah. After finishing off the cars, we go to our battle against Real Pete. You have to activate these reaction commands in order to free the cornerstone. It's really easy. Right after that, we have to fight Pete, but in all 4 environments. It's a little difficult, but not too bad. I keep doing this thing where I say that it's not too hard, and then I go back and watch the footage, and I die 6 times. So, do you guys want to see that? I can show you.
What it is, and holy shit, team, and I've got a clap. Well, I'm happy to know that it's not just me. We were all on a weird spot of the, we were on a weird place on the internet. I don't know, Llamas with Hats was kind of fire, I'm not gonna lie.
After beating Timeless River, we unlock the second half of worlds in the game, and we head to Port Royal. But the second we arrive, we get a strange request from chat.
So I have a question, guys. Atlantis isn't a real world in this game. It's a rhythm game, a really bad one. Do you guys want me to go to Atlantis?
I guess they want us to go to Atlantis, so we get back on the gummy ship and we fly over there and immediately ruin the entire run.
Reach the target, use magic!
This doesn't count. This doesn't count. This doesn't count. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Let's all just pretend that never happened. In Port Royal, we learned that the enemies can only be attacked while they're in the moonlight. We gotta weave in and out of the moonlight so we can attack them. Like stated several times, these enemies are incredibly weak to magic and it completely shuts them down and makes them useless. Without magic, they're incredibly hard to deal with, especially these gun guys that can just shoot you from a distance. Remind you of something?
Just lose. We're gonna let Tarzan do it. Okay, he just shot me.
This world's not too long. There's a few pirate ship battles, but once you finish them, you go right into the Barbossa boss fight. He summons a Heartless that makes the entire room dark and also makes it so you can't hit him, as obviously you need the moonlight to attack. Find the Heartless through its glowing eyes, kill it, attack him until he makes the room dark again, repeat, and do this until he dies. Barbossa does a ridiculous amount of damage, but since we can't use our magic to stun him just like the other enemies, we have to use reaction commands and just pick our spots. After about 6 to 7 tries, we get him done.
He's right there. Woo! Let's go.
We're about to head over to Halloweentown, but first I want to say thank you so much for getting this far in the video, and if you're enjoying it, please consider leaving a sub. I release videos at least twice a week, and subscriptions, likes, comments, these are the ways that I know you guys want me to keep making these kinds of videos, so if you could please give me the feedback, I'd really appreciate it. I also stream every single night on Twitch. If you're watching this video between 9:30 to 12:30 PST, there's a good chance I'm live. Go ahead and head over to my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/skytrip and check it out. Also check out Instagram and TikTok. I'm done shilling, back to the video. We touch down in Halloweentown where we discover our old friend, Jack Skellington. He's discovered a bunch of different doors that lead him to different towns, but he's especially intrigued by one more than others, Christmas Town Land. It's the plot of the movie. It's literally just the plot of the movie. We kill some Heartless and talk to Santa, and then we head back to Halloweentown where we have to fight Rumple, Stumple, and Umple. This boss is intimidating looking, but really you just jump up and hit him till he dies. I beat him first try. We then head back to Christmas Town where we get ready to fight Oogie Boogie, the final boss fight of this world. These worlds are getting a lot faster. This boss fight is a war of attrition. Oogie Boogie sits on his little platform where he's nice and safe, and you gotta launch these little boxes up to him. After launching about 9 or 10, it'll knock him down where you can do a third of his health. Each phase you have to spend more time jumping back and forth between conveyor belts, and he starts throwing more and more attacks at you that'll kill you in like 1 to 3 hits.
11, 12.
You're also on a conveyor belt with spikes behind you. Since we only have access to like 3 potions and this boss fight's just so long, it's pretty difficult. With some patience, we're able to get him. Knock him down 3 times, deal your damage, kill him, move on. This fight took us about 20 minutes, not too bad.
I think this is it. I think we kill him right here. Okay, thank God. I hate that fight so much.
For some story reason, we get dragged back to Twilight Town where we defeat some nobodies and then head to Hollow Bastion. We then find a computer that might have some valuable information in it.
Say, fellas, did somebody mention the door to darkness?
We figure out the password and enter Tron World. Tron World starts with this little motorcycle minigame. It's really hard, you die a lot, but there's no reason for us to spend a lot of time on it. Then you kill a bunch of Heartless and freeze these screens, and we move on to the final boss. I told you these worlds are getting fast. As you attack the boss, he drops these little clusters. After collecting enough of them, you can freeze and dish out a bunch of damage to him. Repeat this over and over again until you kill him.
Nice! That was good. That was good.
After finishing Tron's World, we exit back to Hollow Bastion where we meet a nobody that you're gonna want to remember. This is the Dancer Nobody. Overall, they're not too bad, except for this one move where they start slithering like a snake. If you touch them while they're doing this move, they will grab you and either one-shot you or knock you down to 1 health. It can't be guarded. You cannot attack them while they're in this mode. The only way to stop them from doing this is to use the spell Magnet. When there's only one of them, you can just run away until they stop doing the move, so we just do that, kill him, and we go back to a new Disney World. Welcome to the Pride Lands. In the Pride Lands, you play as this cute little lion. Your character controls a little bit different than normal. Basically, the 2 main things are that you get this super run fast move and this super run jump move.
Wee.
We go and fight the 3 hyenas, Sid, Bid, and Gib, who I remember being a lot harder than they are, but we beat them first try.
Go! Get him! Yeah! Let's go. Maximum health. That's good.
We climb to the top of Pride Rock, where we find Scar, but he's evil, even though he's usually evil. He has some annoying magic attached to him, but overall, if he's running really fast, you also run really fast away from him and just wait, be patient, and you'll take this boss out first try.
Whew! Nice. Maximum MP increased. Yes!
After taking out Scar, it's time to head to the last Disney World we will visit in this run. We land in Agrabah, and honestly, I remember this world being a lot longer than it is. On replay, I'm realizing how short these worlds are, but I guess you do visit them twice, so that makes up for it. We enter the Cave of Wonders, steal this little gem with Abu, fly out on the carpet, defeat some Heartless, and we're already at the final boss of this world, Freezy and Gerald. These two bosses take turns attacking you, one of them running in head first while the other one sits in the back and attacks from afar. You can then activate a reaction command that will throw one at the other, stunning both of them and allowing you to dish out a bunch of damage. These guys are a joke, just spam the reaction command and you'll be done with them lickety split.
I have shared health. Never mind. Now it's just this guy, and he's dead. Bada boom.
It's time to head back onto our gummy ship to fly back to Hollow Bastion, where our hardest challenge is yet to wait. So you might remember the dancer nobodies I was talking about a few minutes ago, right? Remember how I said they aren't a big deal if there's just one of them because you can just run away? Well, what if there were 6 of them? I actually did try to do this fight after we finished Tron World, but I was getting one shot, so I decided to come back and try again later. I was hoping that if I can just get strong enough to live 2 throws, we'd be able to beat it. But I'm not that strong yet. I get grabbed by one, and another one's already in the snake form, ready to grab me. Then it grabs me, throws me, I'm dead. There's literally nothing I can do about it. I actually got so mad during this stream that I just ended my stream. I didn't say bye. I did nothing. The stream just ends.
And it's not even a boss fight.
It's so funny how trivial this fight gets if you just use Magnet once. You literally just have to use it once. I do a little bit of grinding off stream, just enough that I can survive 2 throws so we can get through these nobodies. And we get it done, baby. We get it done.
I don't know. I have no clue, Tyrio. We're gonna try and figure that out.
Where's the excitement? Where's the pop-off? Where's the... Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! Like, what am I... Why am I so monotone? After defeating the nobodies, we then have to go through and fight Demix, but he's a little harder this time. If you remember last time, we just had to get through his little water challenge. This time, we're gonna have to get through a harder version of the challenge several times and defeat Demix himself. The challenge can usually easily be done by going into wisdom form and just spamming fire. Obviously, we do not have this option, so we're just gonna have to get it done the normal way. Attack the water once, use your reaction command, and you can get rid of them super easy. This should not be a challenge. But Demix himself, he's not a pushover. He's got several attacks that can rush you down and unguardable attacks that need to be dodged or you will get comboed and die. We actually get him down to just 1 health on the second try, but unfortunately just can't finish him off.
Damn it.
It takes me about 25 minutes to get him, but eventually, after being patient, picking our spots, we beat Demix.
There we go. Nice. That was really good.
And then Goofy dies. Next is this fun little section where you get to go through waves of Heartless fighting with different characters from Final Fantasy. Honestly, this part's really cool, and it's right before, in my opinion, one of the best video game moments of all time. Goofy comes back alive and rejoins our party, right before Sora begins his fight against the endless wave of Heartless. Sora must fight and kill 1,000 Heartless, which sounds like an impossible feat, but luckily we have 2 reaction commands that help us with this. One is Rising Sun. It gives you a few dashes that target Heartless below you. The other one, and the better of the 2, is called Sparkle Ray. You grab a little guy, and you spin in a circle and shoot a giant laser. This game's so fucking awesome. We only have 50 Heartless left when we actually die and have to try again. But luckily we get it done the next try, and nope. Nope, only 90 Heartless left. Okay, after killing 2,942 Heartless, we eventually get it done. This time for real. After beating Hollow Bastion on our revisit, we actually get to go back to some of the worlds. We're gonna get a little bit faster with the pacing here because most of these worlds are faster. We will stop to talk about important things, but here we go, speedrun time. We try to go to Beast Castle, but it's too hard and scary for a little guy like me, so we actually go to Mulan's world. We kill a guy with Riku's sword who isn't Riku. How does he have... Is it ever explained how he has Riku's sword? Then we move on to the final boss of Mulan's world, which is this Chinese parade float. Use reaction commands and wait for him to get low to hop on his back, hit his horn. Very easy boss. Dodge his attacks, be patient. We take him out first try.
Woo! That is the Owen Roberts special, you're right.
We then go back to Beast Worlds where, again, I struggled to get to the boss. I can't even get to the boss in the first place.
I'm gonna die before I get there. Yeah. Wonderful.
And then it's time to fight Xaldan. Now, Xaldan is a pretty hard boss if you don't know what you're doing. But once you learn, you can find out that you can just guard one attack, spam triangle, and you'll win the fight. The fight's a lot easier with Reflect. I always feel weird saying things like this, but I just want to keep in mind that this is a challenge. I'm not just playing Kingdom Hearts. Remember, guys? Remember, this is hard.
Jump! Woo! Let's go. Mickey came in clutch. Sweet! And that's Xaldan.
We then go to the Coliseum, and all we have to do is help Herc defeat Hades. This dude's a pushover. I don't even want to talk about it. Because next, we have a really exciting and difficult boss for me to tell you about in the first actual, genuine roadblock of this challenge. But you were just complaining about the dancers. I know, but here's the thing. Although dancers can only really be stopped with magnet, they can still be killed without the use of magic. So what if I told you there's a boss that can't? Welcome to Port Royal, and say hello to Deathbringer. I literally just made that name up. So Mr. Deathbringer here has actually stolen all of Jack's golden doubloons, and the only way to deal damage to him is to fill the chest with all 1,000 of the golden doubloons. The only way to get the coins out of him is with magic.
Donald!
Now, that's not entirely true. Technically, there is a reaction command you can activate that will knock some coins out of him. However, this is very rare to pop up, and if we were to wait for this, the fight would go on for so long that we probably wouldn't be able to win it in the first place. I actually do have some new information that I just now remembered. I'm in post editing it, and actually he cannot start this attack unless the chest has at least 1 coin in it, and when he does this the 3rd time, it starts with 0 coins. So you do need to use magic. So what do we do? Do we have to use magic? Do we have to ruin the run? Do we have to give up on what I have now spent a ridiculous amount of hours on? Or do we just have to get creative? Say hi to Donald. Now, I know we haven't really talked about our party members in this game, but Donald and Goofy are the 2 guys in your party, and they've been chilling helping us out this entire time. Goofy is kind of like the tanky bruiser. He goes in, he does the damage, he tanks the hits. You know, he stays alive for the team. And Donald is your mage. He casts magic, and he's been casting magic this whole game. Now, Donald has a wide variety of spells he can choose from, but there is one that works better than all of the others, and that is Thunder.
My entire game plan relies on a fictional duck.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into Donald's abilities. We're gonna de-equip all of his magic except Thunder, equip a bunch of others so we can restock Donald's mana, and then we pray that he uses Thunder on Deathbringer. We run around healing Donald, and this strategy actually works pretty well.
Him. Oh! He's doing it!
This takes a long time to do because it is very easy for Donald to die. It only really takes 1 or 2 hits. Now, this fight did only take 30 minutes, but I spent a long time off stream planning on how we were gonna beat it. I'm so glad we were able to get through it because I was afraid this was going to be a run killer.
This is it, right here. Right here, we got it, Donald. I'm sorry I ever talked shit about you, Donald. I'm so sorry.
Now there's no way we're going to have to use magic. After beating Deathbringer, we head over to Halloweentown where we have to play this little mini game and we have to box up Dingus, Jingus, and Gringus. Right after that, we're going to head over to the final boss fight of this area. Who immediately one-shots us. Yeah, we're not ready for this fight. So I grind a few levels, we come back, take some planning and some attempts, but we do take him out. This fight's pretty hard, but honestly, I've seen worse.
Let's go. What? Wait. I was like, wait a minute.
And now here's where our story gets a little bit sad. Put on the sad music. Before doing this challenge, I made sure to do some research about where magic was needed in this game, and I was able to find 2 areas. One was the Port Royal boss fight. We found our way around it, not a big deal. The other section was Agrabah, where you have to use magic 3 times to activate these 3 floating stones.
Do you remember this part? How am I gonna do this?
When I was watching speedruns of this game, I noticed they only revisit 5 different worlds: Port Royal, Halloweentown, Agrabah, Land of Dragons, and Beast Castle. I was hoping that if we went into the Coliseum instead of Agrabah, we could unlock the last world without having to use any magic. I thought maybe Agrabah was just the fastest one, so that's the one they decided to use for the speedrun. Unfortunately, that's not the case. You have to visit those specific 5 worlds in order to finish the game, with Lion King and Coliseum just being optional worlds. So after trying my best to find a different answer, we have to use magic 3 times to activate the stones.
Yeah, I guess we have to do Agrabah. Well, guys. Rip the run.
I tried to find some research to figure out if we could get around this, but it just didn't seem possible. If you can come up with something or know about some secret that I don't, please leave it in the comments because this was really demoralizing. But after using our magic 3 times, we decided to just continue on with the run, okay? Maybe we don't have to use magic any more than 3 times. Next, we're gonna have to beat up Big Jafar. Big Jafar is one of the easiest fights in the game. You fly around him, grab his tail, spin him in circles, then beat up his head.
Can you talk about how strong Sora must be to be able to do that?
Eventually he'll start throwing things at you. You just fly around him, repeat, rinse, recycle, reuse, revisit, rapidash, and eventually you'll get it done.
Gobble, gobble, gobble. Woo! Now we have Fyraga. Yes, that's really gonna help us.
I really hate this stupid joke I make where I get a new magic ability. I'm like, oh, that's gonna help me. Like, can you just stop making it, dude? We're now in the end game of Kingdom Hearts, and it's time to go back to Twilight Town. We're going to go into that lab Roxas found to teleport ourselves to the worlds that never was. We fight off some nobodies with Axel, and upon arriving, we now have a huge boss fight, probably the hardest one in the game, against Roxas. Now, I love this boss fight. I think it's easily the best one in the game. It tests everything you know as a Kingdom Hearts player. No bullshit. It's timing, reactions, and patterns.
I'm just gonna pause real quick and let everyone know I couldn't beat Roxas on critical. I think it was a higher level than this, with mana, with drive gauge, so we'll see what happens here, alright?
There's one thing that makes this fight really hard. Once he enters his second phase, he starts shooting out these lasers with every single attack he does. These lasers are unguardable. I believe you can block them with Reflect, but obviously we don't have access to that. So we're gonna have to dodge around them while also trying to guard his actual attacks. This is near impossible. There is this really cool reaction command that allows you to take both of his keyblades, activating this mode that makes you dish out a bunch of damage. But here's the thing, in the 20 attempts we had, we only got this once.
I'm not playing well right now. Oh, wait. This is... If I can just get one hit in with this, man. Well, we got the hits in.
Without access to all of these abilities, I think this is definitely one of the hardest fights in the game. But you know what? You know what makes him so hard? You guys remember Hercules?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's so awesome. What defined your generation? Minecraft. It really did. It really did.
Every time you die to Roxas, you have to run through this entire gauntlet of Heartless. Of course, you can just ignore them. However, it is a solid 20 seconds wasted after each death. After throwing myself at Roxas for 2 hours, we finally learn the patterns, we finally get the reaction times down, and we finally beat Roxas.
You were here for it, folks. God Gamer. Here I am. Honestly, it's really hard being this good at video games.
Now it's time to fight Zigbar the sniper. I throw myself at him a few times, but honestly, after that Roxas fight, I was pretty burnt out. So I decided to end the stream, and we opened up the... Wait, where's the last VOD? Where, it should be here. No, it should be here somewhere. Where is it? It's not here. It's gone. The last VOD is gone. This run was done in March 2021. Now, I had a lot of things to work on at the time. I wasn't as dedicated to content as I am now, and I was procrastinating. So I started writing the script, but I did not pick the script back up until March 2022. I worked on this pretty hard during March 2022, but after about a month, I just got busy and sidetracked and procrastinated again. These are all excuses. And I didn't pick it back up till now, September 2022. Now, when I wrote the script, I would go through and I'd watch every single VOD, and as I watched the VOD, I'd point out things that were important and things I wanted to talk about. There were supposed to be 7 VODs. After finishing VOD 6, I realized there was no VOD 7. This made me feel so defeated because I really wanted to get this video out to you guys, but I didn't know what to do. I'm missing 4 bosses, and they're honestly 4 of the hardest bosses in the game and 4 of the most exciting bosses in the game. So, I had a couple ideas. I thought, maybe I can just load the file back up. But the only thing attached to it is the final boss. We'd still be missing 3 whole bosses. I thought, maybe I can just fake the boss fights in Photoshop like this. Oh, Sora, I will get you. Not so fast, Zigbar. Yeah. Oh, I'm dying. Go away. Sora. Do you want to play? Let's play. Not so fast, Luxor. Yeah. Why don't they get off the screen? Go away. The rage, it consumes me. Not so fast, Sayx. Ja. Oh. Your final fight arrives now. Xemnas, I won't let you control the nobodies and Heartless anymore. Yeah. You beat me, Sora. But just none of this felt like I was being fair to you guys. So I did what any content creator in my situation would do. I grabbed my PS5, brought it downstairs, booted up the stream, and I decided to redo the entire challenge from the start. And this time, we're not going to use Mickey Mouse. We're not going to grind. We are going in raw and we are figuring it out. I did a lot of this off stream, so I spent a lot of time watching YouTube videos and listening to podcasts, but I still got the recordings. I'm not going to go through the whole thing like I just did. That would take too much time, but here are some of the highlights and here's how that went. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I was researching. After I saw this, I started reading more like the COD discourse, and it turns out
I like it.
I made this video actually.
Ben.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
If closing out a health bar did something for you.
What? Easy fucking game, pussies. Now if I lose this next section, it actually restarts and I have to do the fight again.
The only thing making this even remotely better is your hand directly on my nutsack. It's really fucking getting in.
Yeah, but then he immediately attacks after this. I win. I did that pretty quickly. I'm pretty cracked at this game. That took me, what, 20 minutes? 30?
Yeah, 6 hours.
Alright, now we're back to Zigbar. Zigbar is a sharpshooter and fights using akimbo pistols. He shoots them in different patterns, and after shooting about 3 times he reloads, giving you an opportunity to attack him. Because of our lack of grinding, we're incredibly underleveled. The damage we dish out is very low, and the damage he dishes out is really high. If we make just one mistake, that's curtains for us. After guarding his bullets and attacking him while he reloads, he enters his second phase. Well, he charges up his guns and shoots out this big bullet that bounces around the arena. You can use a reaction command that hits the bullet back at Zigbar. However, it does very little damage and leads to you getting hit by him the second you exit it. But if you don't use the reaction command, then the bullet doesn't go away and it just keeps bouncing around the arena, and I'm pretty sure it's heat seeking. When he gets low enough, he activates his desperation move, which looks intimidating, but it's not too hard to dodge once you understand the pattern. I'm fighting Zigbar for hours upon hours. He is very difficult, the hardest boss I've fought in yet. I'm struggling so much when he just doesn't use anything.
So driving tomorrow morning and showing up.
So you're gonna ask for the works,
9
but a
a.m.
Big Mac?
What?
Just eating
He
2
just
Big
didn't-
Macs, getting the day
He just
started.
didn't even try.
You know,
For some reason, we had a run where he didn't use his cannon move or his desperation move. But you know what? I'll take it. Let's move on. After running through the world that never was and defeating the nobodies on the way, you meet up with Riku and Kairi in this strange room that shows all of the organization members through an object that looks similar to a gravestone. Did I mention that Riku looks like Xehanort? I don't know why. I genuinely don't know why. I don't get it. 2 of these graves are still standing, and we currently have access to one of them. After going through the portal, Sora finds himself face to face with Luxor. Luxor is a gambling man. Instead of a health bar, he has a resource called time that goes down as you hit him and win his games. He starts off by turning you into a dice, which you can just hop around the battlefield to avoid getting hurt. Luxor has a few attacks, and only 2 of them are really deadly. He has a 1-2 combo that one-shots me at this level, and this attack where he summons a bunch of little cards to lock on and hit you. However, this attack can be avoided using a reaction command on him that allows you to play his game, and if you click on the circle, you'll stun him and get a bunch of health back. But if you click on an X, he turns you into a card, making you vulnerable for about 20 seconds. Luckily, same as the dice, you can just walk around and you won't get hit. Eventually, he will turn into a card himself and sink into the ground, where you must flip the right one to bring him back to the fight. This is really easy and you should have no problem at all. When he gets low health, just like all the other big bosses, he'll activate his desperation move. Just put as much distance between you and him as you can, dodge like hell, and win his last game to finish off the battle. Unless you're dumb and died to his 1-2 combo right after.
Value in love.
Never just ask.
what? You know what I
Yeah.
do sometimes is I'll
I
go
have
up
a
to Eamon and I'll
sparkly
hug him and I'll go, I love you.
I've never gotten it.
Luxor loses his coin flip, and we get to go on to the last boss of this area, which is Saix. Saix is an incredibly simple fight. He starts the fight by using his desperation move, but all you need to do is guard one attack. Just press square once. That's it, just press square once. You can then take his weapon, combo him, knock him out of his move, guard his normal attacks, and you do this over and over again. However, it is a long fight. Just a reminder, we don't do a whole lot of damage, so it does take a few tries, but with how simple it is, we get this fight done very quickly. With Saix being no more, we continue through the world that never was. Riku turns back into himself, and we then enter the first of our mini fights against Xemnas. This is a one-on-one battle where it starts with Xemnas running to the top of the tower. You must meet him with your reaction command. Throughout all of Kingdom Hearts 2, the game has been conditioning you that it's okay to mash your reaction commands. You can just spam them. But if you mash this one, he actually gets to attack you and deals a ton of damage, if not kill you. You have to wait for either the second or preferably the third action command to pop up in order to win this standoff. I tried to do the third one once, but missed it and died, so I just decided to do the second one in all future attempts. This version of Xemnas is fairly easy. He has a wall he puts up and a lightsaber attack. Don't run into the wall, guard the lightsaber attack, hit him over and over again, and eventually he will die and you get to move on to the final sequence of Kingdom Hearts 2. There are about 5 sequences at the end of this game, with only about 2 of them actually being difficult, so you're going to see me go through these pretty fast. Get ready. The first sequence, you're going to knock Heartless into a reactor to blow it up. Jump to the other reactor, don't die, hit the Heartless, move on. Next, you're going to hit this giant wall, kill the nobodies, hit it some more, kill the nobodies, die, try again, hit it some more, and then we get to go to the next guy who just sits on a throne. That's all he does. He has all of the weapons of the Organization 13 members, but he doesn't really use them. He puts up a shield that's annoying, and he swings a sword that one-shots you. Dodge a sword or jump over it. Don't run into the wall. Repeat. Move on to the weird dragon section. Similar to the reaction section, hit the nobodies into the dragon, charge your laser, shoot the dragon, and then we get back to the king, but this time he's more annoying and a little hard.
I have to find him again. What?
No organization weapons this time, but he does have certain checkpoints where he knocks you back and you have to use reaction commands and gliding to make it back. Jump over the sword, don't get lasered, and we are finally on to the last boss of Kingdom Hearts 2.
So easy.
When they're about to board a Hisoka appears.
So today is September 8th. I'm currently trying to finish up the video. I'm almost done with all the audio recordings, and it's been a year and a half since I originally started this run. And now I'm finally editing the final boss fight. Honestly, I'm getting a little sentimental. This has kind of been something that's been like hanging over my head that like I've had to worry about while being busy with work and streaming and making other YouTube videos, and I've been procrastinating, and finally being able to say that I'm almost done with it is... I'm really excited. This is my biggest project ever. Is a YouTube video I am most proud of, and I'm very excited to finally show you the end to this video. Alright, cut the corny shit, it's time. Riku and Sora versus Xemnas, baby. On paper, this fight's easy. Riku has a hero ability, so you don't have to worry about your health. You gotta dodge most of his attacks, as pretty much all of them are unguardable. Wait for him to use this little spiky attack, activate the reversal command, combo him, repeat. As long as you can guard his laser, you can do this in a loop over and over again. Except for the fact that the reversal command doesn't work. When Kingdom Hearts was originally ported to PS3 with 60 FPS, it broke a few things. For example, in Kingdom Hearts 1, Hercules' spin attack broke, so it just immediately stopped and made him dizzy. I have no clue why this happens, but unfortunately, it also broke Xemnas in Kingdom Hearts 2. Sometimes when he uses the attack that's only dodgeable with the reversal command doesn't come out. You just have to get hit by it. And it's complete luck on if it lets you use the command or not. I have no clue how it works, but when you're not using magic or drive, it makes the fight complete luck. Usually you can use Riku's limit to force your way through this section where he non-stop attacks you and you spam reversal to not get hit. But without it, you have to pray that you get lucky. I think I summed it up best here when I was fighting the experiment in my second run where I wasn't grinding at all. If I can just get through this phase, the rest is just execution. This is the only part that's luck. Unfortunately, it's luck. Unfortunately, getting to the execution part is luck, and I have to be lucky enough to get the execution part, and then if I get to the execution part, I have to execute, but since getting to the execution part is luck in the first place, I can't even practice the execution part because I have to be lucky to practice the hard part. So I threw myself at the boss for honestly somewhere between 10 to 20 hours. I mean, it could have been less, but my concept of time is pretty messed up right now, so I'm just not quite sure. But after those 10 to 20 hours, I decided I wasn't willing to leave it up to just luck. Remember at the start of the video when I was talking about what weapon I would take? Yeah, I didn't take that weapon this time. I took the sword, which doesn't allow you to get once more till level 47. I'm level 36. If I could go back and rewrite this entire script with the info I've gathered from my new run, I would, but I don't have time for that. So I grinded till level 47, which is still a lower level than I originally finished the game with, and I run the gauntlet again, this time much easier, and get back to final Xemnas. And I beat him first try. I beat him first try. Those 10 to 20 hours I spent really did teach me what I was supposed to do. Just like I said, wait for him to use reversal command, activate it, combo him, guard lasers, repeat. Eventually Xemnas takes over Sora and you have to get him back as Riku. But if you just walk forward in Dark Aura over and over again, it's really no problem. It solves itself. This last section is super cool, but it's basically just a cutscene. Guard the lasers one more time and finish him off.
This part's so sick.
Ba ba ba! Ooh! 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 Ooh!
And that's Kingdom Hearts 2. No magic, no limits, no summons, no drive, all swag, no grinding except for this last fight. No Mickey Mouse.
Did it! I wouldn't be too sure of that.
I'm a fucking god at gaming. And remember this moment. I'm walking away.
Sora. I can't. Don't say another word. It's not over. It's just...
I know it might seem like I just got overpowered, but I went on Google and checked what people had to say, and they said you should be level 60 plus to fight Xemnas, so I think it's pretty fair. Also, I mean, after fighting it for 10 to 20 hours, I just couldn't do it anymore. I knew I could beat the boss. I had already beaten the boss in the past. So sorry if this is a cop-out to you, but I don't care, my video. After forcing myself through this run, not once, but twice, making it even harder for myself, I'm finally done. If you've somehow made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. This is my favorite video I've ever made and the most effort I've ever put into a video. Again, it's been a year and a half. If you haven't already seen my Kingdom Hearts 1 video with no magic, go check that out. I'll put it in the top right now. It's not as good as this video, but I think the run was still really interesting and really fun. So go check that out. It's also a two-parter. I'm only going to put the first part in the top right. If you want to see the second part, you can go find it.
Healed party members 4 times. That was with potions. That was on Donald in order to save him. Saved by Mickey 0. Drive form 0. Summons 0.
I've seen a lot of people do boss fights with similar restrictions I have of not using their magic or drive, but almost every single one I've seen had their drive forms leveled up, which means they had access to all of their movement abilities. Now, I want to say, I'm not saying this to put anyone else down. These people are so much better gamers than me. They're beating Kingdom Hearts level 1, blindfolded, no magic, no drive, with their feet. It's crazy. I'm just afraid of not getting any credit for what I think was a really hard run. And honestly, I'm just really proud of myself. If you like this video, please consider subscribing. 95% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed, which is an insane statistic. My content is slowly shifting more into what you're seeing right now. However, you'll also see stream highlights of my streams over at twitch.tv/skytrip. Go check me out there. I stream every single night at 9:30 p.m. PST. So if you're watching this video at nighttime, hey, there's a good chance I'm live. Go check me out. I know I already said it, but I'm gonna say it one more time. Thank you so much for watching my video, and thank you to all my new subscribers. Honestly, I'm just very grateful that people want to watch what I'm doing. I love making content, and it's something I plan on doing for a long time. And seeing positive feedback and people really enjoy the things I make makes me so inspired to keep making it. So thank you for watching, because without you, I would have no reason to make these videos. Hey, and here's a little secret. If you're watching this video on release, you can head over to my Twitch channel right now, and I'm actually currently doing the same run in Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm not even sure if this is possible. I haven't played Kingdom Hearts 3 since release, so go check me out there. I'll probably be doing this for about the next 2 weeks or so. Make sure to like the video, hit the notification bell, and that is Kingdom Hearts 2. Keyblade only, no magic, no drives, no limits, no summons, no bitches, plus you're bald, plus ratio, plus L. Thank you again for watching.